Welcome to my review of the 2023 Subaru WRX. Yes, the new one, the ugly one, the one that nobody likes. Well, let me tell you something. This thing's like an onion. You peel it and there's more layers of goodness there, but it's smelly. Let's get the styling right out of the way. I think it looks cool. Listen, WRXs are not supposed to be pretty. They've never been. I don't know why people expect them to start being pretty. They're supposed to look masculine. It's like a lunch lady. You don't want to mess with it. This one is a base model. Doesn't even have the fog lights. It still looks good in the front. I like the aggressive headlights. I really love the hood scoop. When you're sitting inside, you always see it. I think it looks cool. These wheel arches are the problem, and this white color really accentuates them. The 17-inch wheels look puny. I think the rear looks really nice. It looks very aggressive with the bottom diffuser. It's a cool touch. So the WRX is a 4-door, compact, 4-wheel drive, turbocharged, 6-speed manual sedan for $30,000. This thing is meant to boogie. Did you know that Subaru sells more manual transmission WRXs than they do automatics? Like 85 to 15%, like crazy number. Now this one, being the 2023, it comes with a 2.4 liter engine, which is 20% bigger than they used to be, and that means that it has more torque. It still has 277 horsepower and 252 pounds of torque, which is not substantially more than the previous model, but you know, it's a great engine for commuting. And this one is a base model for $30,000. You get the full beans engine, and this one has a base seats which are really comfortable. This one has 2 screens rather than one big one. This one doesn't have a sunroof. This one doesn't have fog lights. I have to be honest with you, when I picked this car up originally, I spent an hour and a half in traffic, and it was like, I'm really not into this car. The suspension's too stiff, it's turbo lag, the interior is very austere. I don't get the point of a $30,000 car being like this. The experience just wasn't there. But then this morning I woke up at 5 in the morning and took it for a spin when there's no traffic, and goddamn, this thing rips. It is absolutely what I remember of the old WRX. It's really, really awesome. I'm loving driving this thing. It's so cool. But I will tell you that you really should focus on getting the base model like this one. The car is so much fun to drive. When you go out there in the higher prices for the better models that come with Recaros, you're going to be already competing against other cars that are better. Like the Volkswagen has something better, Hyundai has something better, and just 2 that pop off in my head. So stick to the base model and you're gonna be good. When you get past the WRX-ness of it, and it's just a commuter car, what's it like? So as a commuter, the ride and handling, you know, the ride it's not a smooth ride, it's acceptable. The steering feel is completely non-existent. I don't know how Subaru allowed this electric steering. It's the worst part of the drive by far. The brakes are all right. The pedal feel is not great. The accelerator, the pedal feel, again, it's not great. With that said, I think that the engine calibration is really good. You know, there's a little bit of turbo lag. It doesn't hold on to revs. It drops revs, which is something that previous WRXs have been doing. It's better in that regard. That being said, the gear ratios are a little too spaced, and the boost drop between gears is something that I would have paid a little more attention to. It's lightweight, so it's noisy. Those are all bad things. What are the good things? Well, it's a really spacious car inside. The Subaru continues to focus on having really thin pillars, and they do that by having these little quarter windows. The cowl height is very low, the dash is low, the doors are low, so it's got very big windows. It's a pleasant place to be. The driving position is comfortable as well. Interior materials, you know, it's all hard plastics everywhere, except they put some soft vinyl on top of the door sills and on the armrests on all the doors, which is really where you need the padding. So to hit the $30,000 sales number, they had to decontent the car. I think they did the exact right thing. So what are the good? The visibility is great with the thin pillars and the low-cal. The ergonomics, the base seats are great. The infotainment system, super simple to use. The engine, great little engine, and it's got a manual shifter and even a manual handbrake. Not even Porsche nowadays gives you a manual handbrake. So that's pretty awesome. And you know, the budget pricing, I think for $30,000 you get the good engine and you get excellent seats and you get a very basic infotainment system, but it has what you need. It's really a comfortable economic car. It's a car that you can carry people in and nobody's really going to complain as long as you don't go very fast. Things that I don't like, you know, the shifter is rubbery like every Subaru before it. The steering in particular really takes you out of the action. The ride is a little bit harsh, and you know, the looks, it doesn't look great. So you have to ask yourself, who's this car for? It's not for owner number one. It's for owner number two. Owner number two is the one that smells like armpit and testosterone and spilled old skanky beer. Yep, that guy. The one who's gonna slam the car to ground, throw big ass rims, and turn up the boost. Yeah, and they're gonna be happy. This car is awesome for them. So what's my recommendation? For $30,000, this is the car. Listen, I know you. You don't need a sunroof. You don't need the big infotainment. You don't need Recaro seats. You don't need fog lights. What you need, this car has. It's got the nice engine. It's got the right transmission. It's got great seats. It's got a nice enough infotainment system. It's got 4 doors, and it's fuel efficient. What more do you want? I know you. Just get this one. Don't get the more expensive one though.